Hare Krishna. Damodarashtakam text 5. Idam te mukhambojam atyanta neelair prutam kuntalai snigdha raktaischa gopya muhushchumbitam bimba raktadharam me nasya abhirashtam alam lakshalabhai. So here Satyavrat Muni is taking this meditational vision of Damodar in a close-up. So in the previous verse, he has said, Idam te vapurnatha gopala bala. So the focus was on the full body. This is an extraordinary form of the Lord as a small child. But now he's taking the vision closer and he's focusing on the face of the Lord. So idam te mukhambojam. Mukhambojam. The face is like a lotus. Now lotus has the special characteristic that it can be amidst dirt and still stay untouched by dirt. And similarly, when the Lord descends to this material world, he remains transcendental even when he is present in the material situation. That's how he's like a lotus. Idam te mukhambojam. Atyanta neelair. Atyanta neelair. Extraordinarily beautiful he is. Prutam kuntalai snigdha raktaischa gopya. So here Krishna's vision is not separated from his devotee's vision. In Damodar Leela, the focus is on in Krishna in the Balyaras or in the parental pastimes with his mother. So Vritam Kuntalai Snigdha Raktaischa Gopya. So Krishna has got a bluish black complexion, he has got silken curly hair, and all of this vision adds to his beauty. Kuntalai Snigdha, silken hair he has. Raktaischa gopya, muhushchumbitam bimba raktadharam me. So the gopi, that is Yashodamai, she has kissed him repeatedly. So Yashodamai kisses Krishna when at various times when the waves of affection in her heart go so deep and so strong that they flood out of the heart and they become stronger and stronger. Muhushchumbitam bimba raktadharam me sada me manasya avirashtam kimanyai. So sada me manasya avirashtam alam lakshalabhai. So there are two similar verses, and in both verses what Satyavrat Muni is telling is, let this vision continue, let this vision continue. The previous vision was Sada me manasya avirashtam kimani. Manasya avirashtam alam lakshalabhai. So the mood is more or the same, but there the focus was Sada me manasya avirashtam. Sada, let it always be there. Kimanyai. What others of any use? Here's manasya avirashtam alam lakshalabhai. Lakshalabhai means even laksha, crores of others' benefits are of no comparison. Now, Krishna is Rasaraj. And how does he act as Rasaraj? By reciprocating in pure love with every devotee's mood. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a verse which describes how Krishna reciprocates and manifests in an appropriate form for every devotee's enhancement of rasa. So yadyadhyatu rugaya vibhavayanti tattadvapu praniyase sadanugrahaya. So yadyadhya, what to urugaya vibhavayanti. So urugaya, that Lord who is glorified by extraordinary poetry. Dhya means, so according to one's own mentality, according to one's own intelligence, according to one's own consciousness, a devotee approaches the Lord in a particular mood, and then accordingly tattadvapu praniyase, the Lord manifests in a corresponding vapu, in a corresponding form. Praniyase sadanugrahaya, out of his mercy for that devotee. So in the Anand Vrindavan Champu, Kavi Karnapur takes this principle ahead, and he describes that just as Krishna can manifest in different forms, as Narasimha, as Vishnu, as Vamana, depending on the mood of the devotee and the appropriateness as is required for the pastime. Similarly, within Krishna Leela also, Krishna can manifest different forms depending on what his required to enhance a particular rasa and a particular pastime the most. So, he says, just as Krishna is the source of all Vishnu forms, similarly, he says, Kishora Krishna, the youthful Krishna, is the source of all forms. So, Krishna performs three main rasas pastimes. He performs pastimes in the Sakhya ras, in the Vatsalya ras, and in the Madhurya ras. So, now in the Madhurya ras, the Kaishora form is the best suited. The Madhurya pastimes cannot be performed with the Krishna as a baby or even Krishna as a small boy. Krishna is Kaishora. So the Kaishora Rupa, the youthful form of Krishna, is the Madhurya Rasa Vigraha or Madhurya Rasa Ashraya. It is with that form that Kaishora pastimes are performed. And then there is a Pauganda Rupa of Krishna. That is between the age of 5 and 10. And that is the time when Krishna performs childhood pastimes or boyhood pastimes with his sakhas. That is the Sakhya Rasa Vigraha. And then there is the Bala Rupa, the boy, child. And that is the Kumara Rupa, as it says. Kaumara is till the age of 5. So Kumara Rupa, as we can say, small form, that is the Vatsalya Rasa Vigraha. So here, because this pastime is primarily focusing on Vatsalya, so Satyavrat Muni is meditating on that form and he's saying, and how beautiful is this Krishna, that he who is the source of the effulgence of the Brahman, now he's manifesting a form. And what is this form? There are beautiful lips, and there are the imprints of the kisses that Yashodamai has imprinted on him. And then there is this form which is covered over with his locks of hair. So this is the form that I want to see. The spiritual vision is devotional and personal for a bhakta. Every devotee has an individual relationship with Krishna, and Krishna reveals one's own beauty and glory according to that devotional vision. So Satyavrat Muni is saying, what can I, Lakshala bhai, as compared to one's own Swarupa and the sweetness that one relishes within that Swarupa, as compared to that, everything else pales into insignificance. Lakshala bhai, even crores of other benefits are of no use, I want only this, my dear Lord. I don't want anything else. And this is what same mood we see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Ashtakaliya Leela. There, when the devotees had seen certain extraordinary pastimes of Krishna as they had happened with him, and they want to just relish those pastimes. We see that Kolavicha Sridhar was so extraordinarily poor, but still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go to him and would bargain with him. And while bargain, they would sometimes appear as if it was haggling. This price, no this price, this price, no this price. And Chaitanya Bhagavat described that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sometimes spend hours just talking with him, teasing him, haggling with him. And then at the end of all the haggling, he would just take the food and go away. And Kolavicha Sridhar would think, this is a Brahmana, I cannot resist. And moreover, if I try to resist also, he's so tall and well built, he may beat me up also. So he's a Brahmana, let me give it as a charity to him. So when who was a Brahmana with such power, actually Kolavicha Sridhar was not exactly a Brahmana, I'm sorry, but he was thinking that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Brahmana, and he was just a person who would do the menial work, relatively speaking, of taking the plants and selling the vegetables, selling the fruits, selling the cups, and he was thinking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Brahmana. So he was poverty stricken. In fact, Chaitanya Bhagavat says he was so poverty stricken that his pot, which he would use for tumbler, or pot which he would use for bathing and other things, that had so many holes that even the most desperate thief would not consider stealing it. So it was utterly valueless. Yet when he came in front of the Lord, what did he ask? In the Ashtakaliya Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in a mood of giving benedictions, whatever a devotee wanted to that devotee. And this devotee simply asked, my dear Lord, that form in which you would come and haggle with me, bargain with me, please reveal that form to me. Not just now, but forever and ever. This is the mood. Once the Lord captivates the heart of a devotee in a particular rasa, then that is the rasa in which the devotee wants to relish forever and ever. And as Satyavrat Muni is meditating, The devotee is captivated by the form of Gopal, and not just the form of Gopal, the face of Gopal. And he's saying, Alam Lakshla Bhai. Crores of other benedictions are of no use to me, my dear Lord, of no use. Thank you. Hare Krishna.